Welcome back, my reanimated fiends. I'm Fox, any pronouns, and Treat or Terror continues with Treehouse of Horror 26, airing in October again. We open on a stunning style and song, with the kids trick-or-treating and running into danger. A monstrous Frank Grimes rises from the grave, eating their souls, until Maggie saves them, and they run home to hide. After mocking them, Homer ends up a snack. The art is reminiscent of John Quick-Fulsey, the creator of Ren and Stimpy. It looks so good here. Top-tier opening. Our first segment is Wanted, Dead, Then Alive. Bart is lured to the music room by texts. Turns out it's Sideshow Bob, who's here to finally put an end to Bart's life.
The deed is done. 24 years of trying to kill a 10-year-old child have finally paid off.
Bob celebrates and takes Bart's corpse. For a while, he enjoys it, reveling in the victory. Then he gets a job as a literature professor at Springfield University, where we get a grown-worthy, kids these days in their tech moment. He's stressed with the job and realizes the best he ever felt was killing Bart. So he builds a machine that can bring him back to life, to kill him again, and again, and again. Lisa's walking Santa's little helper, who finds the basement Bart is in, and the family comes racing down, reanimating Bart. They kill Sideshow Bob and reanimate him as a weird amalgamation creature. You know, for such a fun and promising premise, this was really lackluster. Some of the deaths were pretty entertaining, as was Bob manipulating around Bart's corpse. But otherwise, I don't know, it was just lacking that special spark. It doesn't help that the show really loves these moments of just shitting on technology and the youth, which can be done well in open, insightful conversations, but not here where it just acts holier than thou. Honestly, skip this one. Second up is Homerzilla. Obviously a reference to the infamous Godzilla franchise, Japan's most well-known kaiju. We get lovely black and white as Grandpa walks through town, donut in hand. Villagers mock him, his own grandkids don't want to go with him, but he's steadfast as he places the donut on a paper crane and sends it out to sea. In what comes off as a really racist Japanese accent, Grandpa explains that their family is in charge of feeding donuts to a monster beneath the sea, to keep it from rising and killing all. And the kids laugh, but then we see the donut consumed by a giant mouth. Then Grandpa dies, and no one gives the beast a donut. He rises from the sea and terrorizes the village, leaving devastating destruction in his wake. It seems nothing can stop him, and he can't be reasoned with, until he falls off the stage and we realize this is just a film set. Film executives talk about remaking it. We see the remake The Bombs. The execs dump everything at sea to commit insurance fraud, which awakens the real Sleeping Zilla. Hey, I hated this. One of the worst segments to date. The fake accents were trying to mimic the stilted dubbing of the original, but you could have done that without sounding like racist stereotypes. You could have also parodied the poorly translated dialogue better, in a more entertaining way, instead of just feeling like you half-assed the dialogue. On top of that, there's this blackboard gag hating on sushi that feels mean-spirited when compiled with the voices being put on. The one good joke in this is a background moment where we see a poster for Solitaire the movie. And this whole thing is parodying the 2014 American Godzilla film, but acting like it didn't do good at the box office. I'll be honest, I never saw it, and maybe it is a terrible movie. But it made money. It's silly to act like it didn't. Third up, we have Telepaths of Glory. And this segment is a parody of Chronicle, a found-footage superhero film. Lisa, Bart, and Milhouse are looking for butterflies. Or at least she is. The boys are messing around. Milhouse accidentally gets knocked into a hole, and the other two jump down after him. There's a strange green substance. Nuclear waste. A bubble bursts, throwing them back up top, where they learn they have powers. Not Bart, though. They use their powers for their own benefit, which would be fine, until Milhouse goes mad with power. Maggie stops him pretty anticlimactically. She messes around with the world, making it more wholesome, I guess. And then we end on King and Kodos bemoaning their small cameo at the end. I know I've already used the word lackluster for a different segment, but it applies here too. There was just nothing here. It was only roughly 4 minutes long, and they did nothing with that runtime. For being so short, it really dragged, too. I don't even know what to say about it. What do you say when you're handed an empty box? Overall, just skip this whole treehouse. Search out the gorgeous opening, but that's it. Man, it deserved to be played on a better episode. I'm done thinking about this one. I'll see you on the next Treat or Terror. Thanks for joining my lucid screaming.